as they say in the NFL, it is what it is. And what you've been doing the last couple of weeks has been terrific, especially since when I saw your finger and it looked a lot similar to Russell Wilson's that required surgery, I thought, uh-oh, there goes that opportunity. Taysom Hill, walk me through what happened with your finger and why you're able to continue to play with it right now.
So it is the same injury from my understanding as Russ. It's just in the joint above where his was. So mine is right at the tip of your finger on my middle finger, where if it would have been a joint lower as Russ's was, then I would have been in big trouble. So I basically ruptured the flexor tendon in the very tip of my middle finger, and so I can't extend my finger straight. And so we splinted it. We chose not to do surgery, and we're just going to keep it splinted for 8 weeks, and that should allow enough time for the tendon to heal. In the meantime, as I mentioned, it's splinted, so it obviously creates a little limitations of me, gripping the ball, throwing the ball, that type of deal. But our trainers have been great here. They've created so many options for me and different things for me to try that creates the best scenario for me to do what I need to do, and we've been able to make it work.
That's amazing. I'm like, that's amazing, Taysom. There's no other way to describe it other than amazing that you're able to have that. So what do you wear? Are you splinted as you're throwing a football, or you're wearing, because I thought I saw some sort of covering in a way. Did I see that over the last week? What do you have there?
Well, thank you. I'm sure you could talk to just about everybody in the NFL. We're all dealing with something at this point in the season, playing through injury. It is a little disappointing, to have to deal with an injury on your throwing hand as a quarterback. But as I mentioned, it's splinted. So we have this material that you can get really warm and that kind of molds to your hand or your whatever it is. In this situation, it's the top of my finger, and then we cut it down, and then we basically just tape that to the top of my finger so my finger stays straight. And then we have this other tape that has some grippy material on the front of it, almost like the same material that you see on all the receiver gloves and tight end gloves and that. And then we put that over the tape to try to just give me a little bit of tack on that finger, because you're not getting any tack with tape. And like I said, our trainers have been so great to work with, and they've created so many options for me, and this is the one that I felt like is the best.
MacGyver or MacGruber? What's their name? Their trainer. I mean, my gosh, that's incredible that you have this option for you. And when you're running, Taysom Hill, now that you're again the starter here, do you think about sliding more? Because I'm seeing you invite contact like you're still on special teams a little bit, Taysom. No?
I certainly. This is something that I battled with my entire career. Where as a starting quarterback, you have to be available for your team, or you don't do them any good. But I do think that there's so much to be said about situational football. So it's third and short, it's you're on the goal line, or whatever the scenario situation is. I'm aware of all those scenarios, and there are scenarios where I'm going to stick my head down and be a running back and do that, and then there are other scenarios where you get on the edge and you're open field, and so I am trying to limit contact, but there's some scenarios and situations where there's just no way around it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.